Me and the other guy in the back, I'm sitting in the back of the Uber, he's sitting in the back seat of the car, so we lock eyes. But we lock eyes for like not even 20 seconds, bro. Literally, the car pulls up, swerves at us and tells us to pull. I'm like, damn, bro, what the? The Uber is like, just relax, relax, relax. So we pull. He's like aggressively telling us to pull the car over, turn the car over, blah blah blah. So I'm like, bro, what the? Here we go.
In the year of 2023, many African American men are looking for a different way of dating and engaging with women. And you would think that using Tinder or Match.com would be a sufficient way to do it, but what guys are running into are pretty much the same problems that they would run into in real life. And so that has caused a lot of brothers to consider different options. And it's not just dating and mating, but also a higher quality of life. And because of that, guys are looking at cultures that, number one, where the dating is more, I would say, not easier, but more fulfilling. And two, where everyday life moves a little slower. And Dima, Brazilian music! And now we fly all the way to Brazil, Salvador, Bahia, to be exact. And Salvador, Bahia is very interesting because it is known as the blackest city in South America, in particular in Brazil. And from what I understand, it's a city that's full of culture, and it is full of beautiful Afro-Latinas, but also it is a city that a lot of guys would feel is a much different pace of living than in America. And that brings us to this YouTuber vibing with Fred. Now, I have never heard of the brother before today, but it seems like he's living his life in Brazil. He has a lot of content in Brazil, and he's having a blast. Like I see, he's at Carnival there, and he's partying. He's hanging out with the locals. He's doing he's having an awesome job there, right? He's doing a great thing. But something happened just yesterday that could have possibly changed his opinion on being in Brazil. Let's play that clip.
What up, guys? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Vibing with Fred, and you see the title of the video. This is not clickbait. This is not nothing for views. This is not nothing to play with. There's some serious shit. Literally, like, my fucking nerves are still going crazy right now. Not even 10 minutes ago, I was in an Uber coming from outside of the tourist zones. And I was coming from my girl's crib. So she doesn't live anywhere nearby. She stays like 30 minutes interior. Like I told you guys many times before, man, once you leave the tourist areas, you're pretty much on your own. I mean, Salvador already, you don't run into too many people who speak English, and if you do, they're only here visiting from other parts of Brazil. With that being said, I'm leaving my girl's crib, right? So I get my Uber, and we're on the highway, and we pass by this police car. It's not even a police. It's not even like the normal police. This is like military, like the highest grade of law enforcement here in Brazil. And different parts of Brazil, they have different types of uniforms, different types of cops. I've never seen these types of law enforcement. So we passed by, like, so we're driving, right? And they're on this side. So we passed by them, and there's a driver, there's a passenger, and there's a passenger in the back. So we obviously lock eyes. Me and the other guy in the back, I'm sitting in the back of the Uber, he's sitting in the back seat of the car, so we lock eyes. But we lock eyes for like not even 20 seconds, bro. Literally, the car pulls up, swerves at us and tells us to pull. I'm like, damn, bro, what the? The Uber is like, just relax, relax, relax. So we pull. He's like aggressively telling us to pull the car over, turn the car, blah blah blah. So I'm like, bro, what the? Here we go. So the only thing that's going through my mind right now is just like, either this dude car was involved in some shit, or he just see a black guy in the back and just want to fucking harass, because they do that here in Brazil, bro. So I got my bag with me. I got my laptop in my bag. I got my keys. I got my phone. I got my portable charger. So I got all my shit with me, right? Because I was at my girl's crib. So they pull the car over and they just like, turn the car off. Get out of the car. Mind you, they don't know that I'm American. They don't know shit, right? So we get out of the car. I got my chapstick, all this shit. I got my phone in my hand. I got my portable charger in my hand. Yeah, I got my chapstick. Bro, as soon as I open the fucking car door, bro, all you hear is ch-ch. I'm just like, oh shit. Like the shit is getting real, bro. So I'm talking to the driver, like, bro, what the like, what am I supposed to do, bro? Is he only referring to you? He talking to me? Like, I don't know what to fucking do. So I'm asking him, am I supposed to stay in the car? Am I supposed to get out of the car? So he's like, just get out of the car. So I'm standing by the car, and next thing you know, you hear all three of these dudes just cocking their shit. And I'm just like, bro, what the fuck is about to go down? Like, is this how it's about to end over some, whoever the fuck knows? Like, what is the issue, bro? So he talking to me. The other guy's on the wall. He's talking to me. He's saying some shit, and he's saying shit I ain't ever heard. So I'm just like, bro. So I'm looking at the Uber driver. He's like, just come over here, put your hands on the wall. So I'm up against the wall. I got my bag and shit right there by the car. He literally grabs my bag and like dumping shit. I'm just like, bro, my laptop is right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, yo. So he going through my bag, emptying shit out. He got my phone in there, in the car. He's like, what is that? I'm like, it's clearly a phone. And he go in the front seat, like they flipping the fucking, the seats, undoing the seat. If I was this dude, if I was the driver of this car, bro, I would be pissed. Like they taking the seat apart, lifting the seat up. Like I didn't even know the seats could do that shit. They lifting the seats up, looking under the shit. The front seat undoing shit. Like, bro, we was literally at this stop for like 45 minutes, dog. Traffic is backed up. They looking like, bro, what the f going on? Like, literally, dudes is like this close to my shit, bro. And these ain't no regular guns like in the States. They not no regular pistols. These is like AR-15, M16s, M5s, shit like that, bro. This is like nothing to fucking play with, right? So he come over here talking to me, asking me, again, he don't even know that I'm American, bro. So he's asking me like, what are you doing in Sussuarana? Which is, again, the outside of the tourist shit. So I'm telling him, bro, like, I forget all Portuguese at this point. Like, I'm literally talking to dude in straight English. So clearly he not understanding shit I'm saying. So I was like, fuck it, bro. Like, so I was like, so he going through my whole bag. So he think I'm bullshitting. He think that I'm truly Brazilian and I'm just pretending to be American. I'm just like, what sense does that make, right? So I'm telling him, eu não falo português, which means I don't speak Portuguese, which I do, but I'm telling him, like, bro, I don't speak Portuguese, right? So he's like, nah, he's steady asking me. So I'm understanding at this point, everything he asking me is like, where are you from? And I'm saying, Estados Unidos, I'm from the United States. It's like, why are you in Sussuarana? I'm like, my girlfriend lives there, bro. Like, I didn't know I didn't know I was not allowed to go, right? I've been going for so long, bro. And Sussuarana has one of the largest favelas in the area. and she don't live in the favelas, but she lives in Susquehanna. So of course you got Salvador is the blackest state in Bahia. When I say state, I mean the Bahia. Salvador especially is the largest black population in Brazil outside of Africa, bro. In Susquehanna is completely black. Like you in Baja, Rio Vermelho, you see more white people than anything. Like you see a lot of black people, but you see a lot of white people too. Susquehanna, all black, right? All black. Ain't no white in sight, bruh. So, long story short, he asking me, what are you doing in Susquehanna? So apparently, there's been this dude's car, which again is an everyday regular car that you're gonna see, is being involved and reported in some type of activities, criminal shit, robberies, shootings, shit like that, right? Drug shit. So they literally see a black dude in the back. They see a black guy driving or a light-skinned guy driving. So they just assume possibly could be them, bro. They didn't hold back on shit. They was literally giving us the full business, bro. If it was not for him opening this pocket right here, bro. If it was not for him opening this front pocket, your boy probably would have been out of there. I'm not gonna lie, bro. This right here, the shit's giving me chills.
So guys, I kind of want to get involved more or less with the situation here. This particular brother had a mistaken identity, and I can understand if the mistaken identity was in America. That would be one thing. I probably could understand it, you know, somebody pulling you over because you're black and all of that. But Salvador Bahia, which is known as one of the blackest places actually on planet Earth, I mean, it has a large black population, you know, and they have black people there. I mean, I was in Brazil one time. I saw a lot of blacks in Rio de Janeiro. And Salvador Bahia, from what I understand, it's a lot more. But he fit the description. And, you know, in Brazil, the police don't play. They pulled him over, flipped the car over, and the only thing that saved him was the fact that he had a Brazilian, his USA passport. But otherwise, you know, what if the guy decided that he wanted to kill him, right? What if the guy decided that wasn't enough? And I'm not saying that was going to happen or that will happen to you, but it is sort of scary that a lot of brothers leave America to say, like, you know, hey, I'm not dealing with racism. And then, you know, they find themselves in certain areas like this where, hey, it could go wrong. And luckily that was the police and not some bad guys, because Brazil, as nice as it is, and I have been there, it can struggle with some crime, and crime can happen anywhere. But I just want guys to understand, you know, something, that wherever you go in the world, unless you're in Africa, like, where that could never happen, in Uganda. I've been there 6 years, off and on, never happened. When you're black, you're black. I don't care if you're an American passport. I always tell the story. Story time music. You know, there's a war with Russia and Ukraine going on right now. And, you know, I lived in the city that I was living in is in the border. So on the border city that I was living in is on the border of, I would say close to Lviv, Ukraine, not too far from it. So I was telling my mom, like, yo, I'm going to go back to Poland. And I'm going to hang out there in Europe for a few months. Still got my apartment there and everything. So here's what I intend on doing. I'm going to go out there, do the work, you know, grow the business from there and come back. My mom was like, well, you know, there is a war there and Putin is threatening to come into Poland. And I was like, well, Mom, I'm not really worried about that because, you know, the U.S. Embassy is in Warsaw. And, you know, as an American citizen, I can just get back home. And she was like, but son, you're black. You do realize that you're a black man, and it put things all into perspective. You know, I'm like, wait a minute, what? As true as that is, and you know, being living a lifestyle that I can live for myself now, and especially when I was in Poland, I mean, I have more free money in Poland than I do in Africa. But I have to remember, I am still black, no matter where I go, no matter what I think I have as a privilege, unless I'm in, you know, parts of Africa where I don't, you know, I got blended with everybody else. And the fact that in Brazil, you have a lot of blacks that are more lighter skinned, and they feel that the darker guys are doing the most crime. So always remember, no matter where you go, you are still black. Dominican Republic, Colombia, and definitely if you're in Thailand, Japan, anywhere in the world. Unless you're in Africa, you're still black. Africa is the only place in the world I know, in most countries in Africa, sub-Saharan Africa, where you're no longer black anymore. You're just like everybody else. But when you're in Brazil, you're black. And anything is possible. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. Another episode here of Celebrity Drunk. Appreciate you for all that you do. I'm out.